Hello everyone, Sandra Madafferi here on this glorious Friday morning. Melbourne's really putting on the weather for us. Again, I'm going live in two places, so please forgive if you see me looking into different cameras. I've not been on live a lot this week, and there's a couple of reasons for that, being that I've been really thinking before I jump on and do a live. There is a lot of people at the moment jumping on Facebook, doing lots of lives, talking this, talking that. And I've been just stepping back a little bit, not because I don't want to do a live, because I've been really contemplating and thinking quite heavily, what is it that I want to talk about that will help people understand about dealing with what's going on at the moment. So there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of, and it's not just health fears at the moment, there's a lot of economic fears going on. And one of the things that I have done in the last couple of days is to really take a step back into the fears that I felt some 7 years ago, and to really reflect and analyze what I can share with people, what I can share that I did 7 years ago to get me to where I was, to where I am today. Good morning, Kylie. Hope you're well, darling. So what I thought would probably be, rather than sit here and just talk in the next couple of weeks as we go through all of this, talk about just great positive things, which I love, and you'll see me put up quotes. I thought I would get on here and talk some real statistics and some real more scientific type facts of what actually happens and what goes on. And today I wanted to speak about the unconscious mind. All of you that know me well know that one of the things that I do is called the 7 Steps to Living with Intention. And that is about making the unconscious conscious. My favorite quote, Carl Jung, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. And it's really important that we understand at this time how our unconscious mind works. Now, one of the things that I see constantly, and, I don't judge people, and I don't judge how people are reacting. I do get very angry with the media. The media has an agenda. It has to, the more it sensationalizes and hooks you in. I heard someone say the other day, I know a lot of what the media says is being sensationalized, but I can't stop myself watching. That is exactly what they want to do. So they're hooking you in. And part of the reason why they're hooking you in is because the unconscious mind is programmed to that sensationalism. It's programmed to want more and more of something. So if you're watching the media and you get some sort of a trigger or a buzz, and you might think, what, I get a buzz from what the media is saying? You do. There's a trigger, there's a reaction, there's a chemical rush in your body from watching the media. You will want to watch the media more and more. Okay, so really important that you understand that the unconscious mind is programmed to want more and more. So the more you react, the more you get a buzz. Now, I'm not saying this is good or bad, guys. This video is not about what's good or bad. This is about you understanding your unconscious mind. This is what has, in a way, saved my life. And this is what I want to talk about, because I find it hard to think that we will, in years to come, go through anything that's going to be. And now, I can't say that we won't, but I think that in my life, I was brought up, I was born after war, all those sorts of things. I don't know whether I will ever see anything like this again. We might not. I guess the one thing to learn right now and is to actually become aware of what it is that you're learning and what you're lacking in your life that you need to bring with you forward just in case something like this ever happens again. But back to the unconscious mind, it is programmed to want more and more. So when you're watching the news, when you're reading something on Facebook, you will have some form of chemical rush, some form of reaction, trigger. It doesn't matter. It might be good, it might be bad, it might be indifference. There will be something. There will be something that will happen. I'm sort of quite indifferent to the news, but there are things that I've heard and things that I've read and things that I've seen, both on social media and in the news, that have given me that chemical rush. So the unconscious mind is programmed to want more and more. Now, like I said, this is not right or wrong. This is what I'm saying to you is understand why. Understand why you're wanting that more and more. And it's okay, you can want more and more and you can watch it, but it's not that. It's the understanding. It's being in awareness of what's happening within you and within your unconscious mind, which is the really, really important thing, being in awareness. So that's the first thing, guys, to understand that your unconscious mind is going to want you to keep watching and watch more and more. The second and one of the most important things that I really jumped on to talk about today is that the unconscious mind does not process a negative, okay? It doesn't process a not, a shouldn't, a couldn't. It just doesn't. And the example that I use when I've got clients, when I've got students, is if I say to you right now, don't think of a blue tree, the first thing that will happen is you will think of a blue tree and then you will say to yourself, or I shouldn't say think, I should say you will create a picture inside your head of a blue tree. And then you will say to yourself, I shouldn't have thought about that. So what are you focusing on right now? Are you focusing on not getting the virus? Are you focusing on not this, not that? Because the unconscious mind is not processing that not. So it thinks virus, virus, virus. Now, why is this important for you to understand this? 95% of what we do every single day, 95% of what we do is unconscious. 95% of what we do every day is unconscious. 95%. So you might be thinking of things consciously, but it is your unconscious mind that drives your behavior. It is your unconscious mind that does what you do every day on an unconscious level. And again, what I constantly tell my clients is that the conscious mind is your goal setter, your unconscious mind is your goal getter. So 95% of what you do every day is unconscious. So if you're saying to your unconscious mind, I'm not going to get this virus, what do you think the unconscious mind is hearing? I'm going to get this virus. Okay, so then your behavior, everything that you do on an unconscious level supports that. So what I'm going to suggest for people is to focus on what you want, not to focus on what you don't want. It is so easy for us to flip into what we don't want. It is so easy for us to think of what, it just comes naturally to think of what we don't want. So I'm going to urge everyone to start to become aware of what they're saying, what they're doing, the thoughts that are going through their head, and change them to what you want. So I am healthy. I am healthy. I am healthy. Also, too, the other thing is that we push things into the future. I am healthy right now. I am healthy. I am happy. And keep giving those sorts of messages to the unconscious mind, because that is how it will filter in what you see and what you do, and you will behave like that. Yeah, Kylie, the unconscious mind is really powerful. We don't give it enough credit. In the past, there has not been enough credit given to our unconscious mind. So I'm not going to keep long here, guys. There's people creating videos and things everywhere on Facebook, so I'm just going to keep it short. A lot of people have been reaching out to me since I did my really long video the other day on acceptance, and I will just do these videos in tidbits. And today I just wanted to make you aware that the unconscious mind, you need to be focusing on what you want. Okay, my focus is being healthy. My focus is on how I can be of service to clients. I am still seeing one-on-one clients at home. All my group things currently have moved to online. I do have my challenge next week. And that also too, guys, I have been talking about why now more than ever, I didn't want to say it back when I started talking about why it's so important that you embody being in the physical body. Your physical body is currently being, I guess the energy of your physical body is being attacked, it's being questioned, it's being rocked at your core. And I said a couple of months ago that we need to start understanding what is the one thing you need to have rock solid, and that's the foundation of your physical body. And the first thing in the foundation of your physical body is money and abundance. And I've said that, and I said that, and now you can understand why. Because if you have a rock solid foundation, okay, when this economic crunch hits, you can't be shaken. You can't, until this pandemic, whatever you want to call it, I don't even want to say the word, subsides and we go back to normal, whether it's 6 months, 12 months, if you have economic stability, you cannot be shaken. The second one is health. Remember I said that. For the people that watched my webinar, money and abundance first and then health, because look at the price of food at the moment. It has skyrocketed through the roof. But if you have enough abundance to last 6 to 12 months, if you can go out there and shop, if you're living mouth to mouth every week, this is where now people are struggling. So can you now understand my crazy philosophy of why we need money first? So if you're watching this video, if you want to see the webinar, I have recorded it. You can still watch it. If you want to join my abundance challenge next week, let me know. I didn't want to say it when I started in October last year with this abundance. I didn't want to say that I predicted or knew what was happening, because I didn't, but I knew there was something really big about to happen. That's why I was getting my downloads. And now, can you understand why I said that? Because if you have abundance, if you have enough money, and you have set a great foundation, nothing can happen to you right now. Even if you lose your job and you've got 12 months, you'll find another job. So just food for thought, guys, that it is so important that you have a look at what things you haven't set up right now, what things that you need to set up, what things that learn from this. You know, if you haven't set up financial freedom or whatever that is for you, and usually, oh, my lipstick's leaking, guys, I don't know what's going on here. Usually financial freedom, I usually say, is 12 months of what you make in 12 months, if you can save up to that point. 6 months is good, but 12 months is better, of enough money saved up in your bank account. Whatever it is for you, this is now time for you to focus on what you want. And one thing I would focus on especially is I am healthy and I am abundant, and just allow these things outside of you to play out, and get, you know, and never let yourself be in this position again. One thing that I said to myself 7 years ago, I didn't know what was going to happen. My life was so incredibly uncertain back then, and I reflect back and think, you know, I would never have what's going on for me now, and how I'm feeling through this. There is no way I would have been like this 7 years ago, because if I was still that person now, I would be, I don't know, I wouldn't be in a very good place. But what you can do from this is, like I said, focus on what you want. And the next thing is to learn from this, so that this never happens to you again, which is exactly what I said. And like I said, I didn't know much of what was happening to me 7 years ago, but I knew that I would never be in that position again. So I hope that helps, guys. Thank you to everyone who's been reaching out and saying they want to see more videos like this. I will attempt to do more and more videos, but like I said, I'm not going to do what I'm seeing everyone else doing on Facebook. I'm waiting till I get some sort of inspiration. I'm thinking really heavily about what I want to talk about, and then I will jump on and do these live videos. So I'm going to take off now, guys. I've gone 16 minutes. I'm really passionate about this. If anyone wants to reach out, guys, I am still seeing clients, but I can see clients on Skype and Zoom too. If you're really struggling with your mental health, if you're really struggling with this at the moment, I know what it's like when the world becomes uncertain. It happened to me 7 years ago. Reach out, and I would love to talk to you and give you some tips. Or if you want to jump in the abundance challenge for next week, please reach out and do that as well. I would love to support you. So I'm off now, guys. Have a great day. Focus on what you want. Remember, focus on what you want like it's right now. And do your best to switch off to what's everything that's going on around you. Stay informed. Take all the precautions. And if you do get triggered, don't just allow yourself to get on that roller coaster of being triggered. What is it that's happening for you? And just work through it. Okay, guys, I'm going now. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.